think we're live.
In that case, Shabbat Shalom, Cantor Peicott.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Shapiro. Nice to see you.
Lovely to be together, welcoming Shabbat. I was thinking this afternoon that particularly amidst all of this craziness, amidst all of this uncertainty, amidst all of this anxiety, how welcome and how necessary the peaceful solitude and peaceful tranquility of Shabbat really is.
Amen.
So to welcome that together this evening with a little bit of song.
We're going to start with a little Shabbat Nigun. The world is kind of crazy outside, but as Rabbi Shapiro mentioned, we can always come back to Shabbat, and music has a way of getting us in that Shabbat mood. Welcoming Shabbat. We're all grateful that we can be here together. Even though we're a virtual community, we are still gathered together, and we're so happy to be with all of you. We all miss you so much. And the fact that we can spend Shabbat together is such a beautiful blessing.
We welcome Shabbat with the light of our Shabbat candles on pages 2 and 3 for those who either have a prayer book or are following the links online.
We're going to bring in the light of Shabbat 3 times. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Shel Shabbat. Beautiful. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. As we welcome in Shabbat, I want you to think about what is it, even though we seem like we're in a very strange time, what is something in which light was brought into your week? So if you're with your family, just share quickly what it is of light that was brought into your week this Shabbat. And I'm going to put Rabbi Shapiro on the spot. Rabbi Shapiro, what kind of light was brought into your week?
Oh, the light that was brought into my week, this is the easy one, but was my daughter coming in and waking me up this morning with a big hug and a smile on her face.
Oh, I love that. I get the same when I wake up my little baby. They're just so happy to wake up and so happy to greet another day. We have so much to learn from them. So we're going to continue welcoming Shabbat by welcoming in our Shabbat angels. The Talmud tells us that each night when we come back from services, or in this case, when you get to sit on your couch and watch services, that two angels appear, that there's a good angel and a bad angel. And the angels peer into our Shabbat homes. And if they see love and laughter and friendship and Shabbat feeling and good smells, that they say that Shabbat should always be like this. So I wish that the angels will always look into your home and to wish nothing but blessing upon you and your family. So we're going to continue welcoming Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharim, Malachei Elyon,
The link to our prayer book to follow along, as well as this week's Torah portion, can be found just below the video on our website and on the live feed. So for those who are following along, we'll turn out to page 20. On page 20, we have this ancient mystical acrostic poem written by the poet Shlomo Halevi Alkabetz. And the poem actually, the first letter of each stanza actually spells out his last name. And this is a poem that imagines that on Friday evenings, as the sun sets and Shabbat arrives into our world, that Shabbat arrives in the same way that a bride arrives at a wedding. There's that moment when we're gathered at a wedding and we turn and the bride appears in the doorway, that moment of magic, of mystery and of joy. And that Alkabetz imagines that that is the same moment of magic and mystery and joy that we experience when we greet Shabbat and Shabbat arrives into our lives and into our world on Friday evenings. So we'll join together in verses 1, 2, and 9 on pages 20 and 21.
Beau ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונה, עם סגולה. We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, which can be found on page 26. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba ve'alma divrach rutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uvizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'alam ulam me'almaya yitbarach yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroma v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekoresha brichu le'ela mikodechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran me'alma ve'imeru amen.
Rise for the Baruch Hu, page 28.
Yai
middle of page 31. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
ברוך אתה אדוני המעריף ערבים. We continue on page 32 with the words of Ahavat Olam. We sing and we chant of God's unending love for the people of Israel. And one thing during this time of quarantine that we're not limited of, when we're limited to so few things, is that we're not limited to how much love we can put out into the world. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, V'shochbeinu v'komeinu, Nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed, Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. We continue with the chanting of the Ve'ahavta found on page 36. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Let's read together the English on page 37. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. The rabbis of the Midrash, the rabbinic legends and color commentary, as it were, explained that as our ancestors were leaving Egypt, wandering through the desert to freedom, there were two Israelites walking a little slower than the rest, Reuven and Shimon. And Reuven and Shimon could not stop kvetching. They could not stop complaining. It seems like we've been walking forever, Reuven says. My feet hurt. I know, exclaimed Shimon in agreement. The sand is so hot and it's getting in my sandals. On they walked, complaining about the heat, complaining about the sand, complaining about anything they could find to complain about. Look at this, Shimon grunts. Now we're traipsing through mud. This is disgusting. This is worse than the mud pits we were forced to work in Egypt, Reuven complains. We should never have left. And so it goes for Reuven and Shimon, complaint after complaint after complaint. They were so focused on their complaining, so focused on what was going wrong, that they never bothered to notice why the hot sand had turned to mud. Never bothered to notice that they were walking through the bottom of the sea. For Reuven and Shimon, the miracle of the parting of the sea never happened because they were simply too busy complaining about it to notice. The truth is, there's a little bit of Reuven and Shimon in each of us, allowing the bad to obscure the good. On this Shabbat Hagadol, this Shabbat, as we prepare for Pesach, let's join together in Michamocha, our song of redemption, in celebration of all the miracles that surround us. Page 40.
וקלום יד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
We come now to our evening prayer, Hashkivenu, in which we ask God to spread a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter, a protective shelter of peace over us, over those we love, over all those we care about. And we could all use a little bit of that Sukkot Shalom, a little bit of that shelter of peace on this Shabbat. Hashkivenu, page 42.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום. להעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
What comes next in our service is our remembrance of Shabbat. Vishamru is on page 44, and as Rabbi Shapiro mentioned earlier, Passover starts next week, and the main crux of that holiday is for us to remember where it is that we came from, remember our biblical narrative, but also for us to remember what is our personal story from our exodus, from whatever kind of slavery it is that we're experiencing. On Shabbat, we have two candles. We have Shamor and we have Zachor. We will always guard and we will always remember Shabbat. And so Vishamru, please join with me on page 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורות הברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורות הברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורות הברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורות הברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורות הברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורות הברית עולם.
We rise for the Amidah on page 46.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל.
We continue with our Amidah silently through page 62, either with the words on the pages of the prayer book or the words of our hearts. We take a moment amidst our joy and our celebration on the Shabbat to think of loved ones and family members, members of our community who are in need of healing, who are in need of wholeness. And in a moment in the middle of page 253, we'll offer a Mishaberach, a prayer of healing for them. Tonight, we are thinking of Amy Reisenbach, Bert Lane, Estelle Wax, Jerry McIntyre, Jane Cantor, Jeremy Thompson, Jill Roosh Lane, Jose Martinez, Michael Herbert, Mildred Chanis, Patrick Brown, Steve Dancer, and Tamara Grace. Invite you to call to mind those loved ones and those in your life who could use a bit of wholeness, a bit of healing, as together we join in Mishaberach.
With refuah shlema.
And Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Our second week into Leviticus, and we're deep into bloody, gruesome, and barbaric sacrifices. There's the sin offering, the guilt offering, the burnt offering, the thanksgiving offering, all sacrifices that our biblical ancestors would make after realizing they'd done something wrong, their way of acknowledging their mistake, their own imperfections. All but one, the thanksgiving offering. The thanksgiving offering is completely different than any other sacrifice we find in the Torah. It has nothing to do with sin, nothing to do with making mistakes. It's not about atoning for anything. It's a response to the goodness in the world and in our lives. All the other sacrifices are attempts to fix human imperfection. The thanksgiving offering is a celebration of life and wonder. Judaism is about igniting an ongoing sense of awe and wonder within us. Heschel put it this way: what we lack is not a will to believe, but a will to wonder. Our goal should be to live with radical amazement. Get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed. The rabbis of the Talmud go so far as to say that when the world reaches its messianic promise and human suffering and pain have ended, all sacrifices and all prayers will be unnecessary, except for offerings and prayers of thanksgiving. Because people will always feel a need to sing, to celebrate, and to give thanks. As Jews, our task, our job is to sing early. In the midst of a world at war, a world of poverty and ignorance, a world in the throes of a global pandemic, we can bring light to the darkness with the fires of thanksgiving and gratitude. The Hebrew word for Jew is Yehudi. It comes from the root hodah, which literally means to give thanks, to be grateful. That's why we have so many blessings, because a blessing is really an expression of gratitude. And so many of our blessings are for the small, mundane moments in life, because our ancestors knew that it's a lot easier to remember to be grateful for the extraordinary than it is for the ordinary. The warm bed we woke up in this morning, a hot shower, soft towel, hot coffee, fresh juice, toast with butter, fruit, eggs, closet filled with clothes, shoes, slippers, the light of the Shabbat candles, an evening shared with the people we love. Especially in this era of coronavirus, there is no such thing as a small blessing. How many do we miss each and every day? A traditional Jew aspires to recite 100 blessings a day because a Jew counts his blessings. Surely we can all do more of that. Shabbat Shalom. Just a few brief announcements before we begin to conclude this evening. We hope that you've been getting our daily emails, which give you information and links to all of the content that we're producing. There are offerings for children and adults, and we hope that you're taking some time to see what we have for you. In addition, we have lots of Passover resources coming. We will be hosting 2 live stream Seders and one that is pre-recorded that you can set up and listen to at your own pace, taking you through your family's Seder. If you're looking for caterers who are doing deliveries for Pesach or for Seder meals, or just want to download our recommended list of Haggadot, or even get some ideas for Passover recipes, it's all on our website. Visit wbtla.org/WBT@home. With that, we'll turn to page 282. Page 282, bottom of the page, rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו ההם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn our thoughts now to sacred moments of memory, moments of Kaddish, as we recall loved ones and family members of our community who are no longer with us. We begin by thinking of those for whom we're in a period of shloshim, those who have died during these past 30 days. So we call to mind Sue Dorf, Marty Feldman, Fred Goldman, Martin Grover, Beverly Jacobs, Robert Klein, Jerome Munchin, Vera Solomons, Shirley Schwartz, Larry Schwimmer, Natalie Stein, and Aurelia Martinez Tapia. We add to their names the names of those whose yahrzeits occurred during this past week: Cindy Bender, Evan Bennett, Joseph Barrow, Mary Jane Berry, Aaron Birkin, Ben Cohen, Betty Coleman, Erica Cutter, David Ettinger, Nikki Engelman, Victor Epworth, Musa Farhadi, Raymond Feldman, Dave Fox, Ruth Fromovitz, Alvin Galpert, Bill Gilbert, Gladys Ginsburg, Nicholas Gluckin, Bill Golder, Elizabeth Gottlieb, Mark Greenstein, Annie Greenwald, Bernard Greenwald, Milton Gumpert, Eleanor Haas, Nori Habibian, Rose Hamburger, Mary Jo Hamburger, Betty Heisler, Adolf Hoffman, Heyman Hoffman, Ruth Hoffman, Rita Howard, Judy Jaffe, Felix Judah, Edwin Kahn, Beverly Kay, Helen Kelson, Sally Colbrine, Robert Costner, Richard Colwyn, Paul Lampert, Margot Lee, Dorothy Levine, William Levitt, Emmanuel Lewis, Charles Lieber, Rose Linker, Gilbert Leiser, William Lowenberg, Alice Mallon, Marjorie Marin, Marcus Marin, Belle Miller, Hal Minter, Milton Nadulman, Nathan Nordell, Albert Nussbacher, Roslyn Ostrovsky, Grace Pollock, Boris Porter, Dorothy Rothman, Grace Rubenstein, Marshall Sapphire, Bernard Schiff, James Schlesinger, Abraham Shapiro, Rosina Scher, Ione Siegel, Leah Siegel, Edmund Somek, Ruth Schwartzbaum, Herschel Tenenbaum, Eleanor Uslin, Norma Wachtman, Mervyn Wallach, Marshala Iganin. We also think of Al Gray, Wayne Del Carlo, Ellis Marshalls, and Bill Withers. In addition, we think of those to whom we are grateful but do not know, those who have fallen defending the flags of the United States of America, the state of Israel, the innocent victims of senseless terrorism and violence all over the world, and everyone who has no one to say Kaddish for them. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 294. We rise. Itgadal, Itkadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Chilutei V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chai Echon V'yom Echon, V'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agalav Bizman Kari V'imru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam U'lalmei Almaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitroman V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei D'kudsha B'richu, Le'elam Im Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tush B'chata V'nechemata, Ta'amiran Be'alma Ve'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Hu Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru. Amen.
We conclude our service with a prayer for peace, the words of Oseh Shalom. If you have your families gathered around you, hold them close as we pray for a world of peace.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to conclude our service with making Kiddush and Motzi. So I don't know if you're tuning in at the beginning of your meal or the end of your meal, but we'll join in making Kiddush together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila le'mikrae kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim. And we have the blessing over our bread or our challah before we all have to eat matzah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. V'te'avon.
Te'avon. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.